Ladies and gents, girls and boys, Danny Stewart here, bassbanddirect.com with a work log video today. This is just a work log video again on this Combat Telebass full custom TJB, which I did a 4K video on the other day. However, the customer wanted to have the preamp changed for an NTMB+GF rather than the TCT, which I agree with. I think the bass voicing is better. Let's go on the rear pickup. Let's take the master tone down. Very nice. Now you can hear that it's nice and yeah, it's very fat and warm sounding. It's definitely got a lot more warmth, I think, than the TCT, which is kind of more of a sort of traditional or rather conservative sounding preamp, much like the XTCT. Let's add the treble. It's really nice. That's with everything dialed up. And then if we just go for the mid, let's just have the mid boosted. Let's just have that. That on the treble is has interestingly got some of the upper mids on it as well, so it's a little bit warmer than the TCT, and the bass again very rich. Cut the bass. That's just with the treble, so you get the sizzle there. That's with the master tone cut. So that's nice, and then when we go in for a slap, I think the benefit of having this this mid tuned the way it is you get a nice scoop tone. it's got definitely more presence in the low end, which is really nice. That's what you want. Let's go on the front pickup. Let's take the treble down, have the bass and mid boosted all the way. Biggest dog. That's very, very nice indeed. Big fuggy low end there. If we take the upper mids, or rather I should say the mid mids, cut them to notch, get a nice round sound there. Let's bring the back in. So it's very nice the way that this preamp is tuned. Let's go with everything up. Got a nice strong low end there, which is really nice. Let's take the mids down to notch again. Now that sounds more like the TCT did with everything full up. See? So that's fascinating, isn't it? It's a much warmer sound. I much prefer it. Definitely my thing. I really like that. Certainly one of my favorite preamps as well. This one and the NTBT as well. The NTBT is like this, but it's without the mid. So I think it's nicer to have this separate mid control so that you can cut. And the thing about this preamp, it's got cut, notch and boost on each parameter. So if you cut them all, you've got very low output. If you go at notch, it's virtually the same. Well, it is the same as passive mode. Passive mode is on the volume switch. So there you go. I think that just about covers everything that's been done there. And if I do say so myself, I've done a pretty nice, tidy job of that. So yeah, this is all ready. It's ready to get packed up and fly out. Action is set up at very, very low. 1 millimeter at 12th fret. And that's pretty much consistent across all the strings. Yeah, there's no buzz or anything. Anywhere up and down the neck, so that's great. And I've put it so that the pickups are pretty much as close to the strings as possible without being kind of uncomfortable or interfering too much with the strings, like, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much an optimal setup there on that. So that's all guys, and you know, this is maybe an example of what, you know, if you do order a bass through Bass Japan Direct, it is possible for me to do all kinds of advanced circuitry for you if you wish. I've been honing my wiring skills over the years, and I've definitely got a lot better than I used to be, a lot more efficient, a lot more tidy. So yeah, it's looking almost as nice as the way they come out of, like, say, Bacchus or a Divisor or a Atelier Z. Getting close, not quite as perfect though. I'm not gonna pretend I do as good a job as they do, but yeah, it's getting there. So practice makes perfect, and I've had a lot of practice recently, that's for sure. Wiring this thing up twice, and I've been putting preamps in a couple of, I've recently listed a beautiful bass, which I'm very excited to play live this Friday. There'll be some video of it coming up soon, that I had to rewire as well. So yeah, I'll certainly be getting the practice in for that. So yeah, if you want to have a specific preamp installed, and you want to have the specific control set, like, you know, for example, this one's got active passive pull switch on the volume, balancer instead of another volume, and master tone. You can have master or passive if you wish, and then a 3-band EQ with center clicks. So it's a very comprehensive sound set, and my customer in this case, he didn't want any stacked dials, so we did it so that everything is on separate dials. You've got the main 3 jazz controls with the larger knobs, and then you've got the EQ controls here with the slightly smaller size knobs there. So yeah, it's ergonomic. It's laid out nice and ergonomically as well, so it's easy to use with your bass, mid, treble. That can be swapped around, by the way, if you prefer to have bass, mid, treble. You know, just depends which way you find things to be most logical, right? And you know, and there are things like on the pan part as well. You can have Sadowski style pan, where it pans to the rear when you go clockwise, and to the front when you go anti-clockwise. This is pan standard, so when you go anti-clockwise, it's on the rear, and clockwise is at the front. You know, and there are all kinds of things. You know, and this one we installed the Bartolini 9 STs in as well. So many possibilities, and I'm actually beginning to really enjoy wiring up circuitry. I used to absolutely freaking hate it. It would make me swear my head off. It's such a finicky job, but over time I've come to kind of love it, actually. And when you do a job neatly and everything, I find it's very, very satisfying. Get quite a kick out of that. I'm turning into a right geek. Anyway, that'll do it, guys. I'm going to nerd out and say peace. If you like the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video real soon. All right, take care. Bye.